You can go to jail for allowing him to ride something that's illegal. You knowingly knowing it is a crime in our state. Okay, that is a dirt bike. That is not a, hold on.
Mr. Fulbright.
That is not a bicycle or an e-bike. That is illegal anywhere in public spaces in our city.
Okay.
Do you understand?
You have informed me.
Yes.
Why so aggressive?
Well, because we're having a lot of problems with these things, and
We've had it for 24 hours. Like just you and I can communicate thoughtfully.
Okay.
And set a good example for the young man that's watching us.
Okay.
I hear you.
Okay.
We bought this.
Do you guys have a
Free
lock for
tariffs.
it?
I got it in my bag.
Let's lock it to the sign, and you can come in a truck or something else, pick it up later.
We live in South Cove.
I don't care. He's not riding it home. It's a nice day. He's walking.
Okay.
Or I could take it and impound it and take you to jail. We can do it the hard way too.
I have no problem locking up the bike.
Then let's do it.
I don't understand. I've been in Issaquah.
Do you have any
for
ID
30
with
years.
you?
I do.
Let's see it, please. You got any student ID with you or anything, bud? No? Okay.
Yeah, you don't need.
This is your dad? Well, I'm going to get his information.
That's fine.
Okay.
That's fine.
We're doing a lot of things, man, on social media. We're getting the word out in a lot of different ways.
Okay.
Whether you're just dumbfounded and you had no idea and you thought that this was legal, that's why I'm a little bit upset, is because I'm upset that a parent's with him and thinking that it's okay. That's why I'm upset. Why would you think this is okay? Just tell me.
Because we're driving 300 yards from our house up to PCC. And
Oh,
coffee.
because it's a short distance. That's why. Okay. So if I'm driving DUI from my driveway down here and it's like 100 yards, is that, hold on, is that okay?
You and I both know we're not having the same conversation.
It's okay until I hit somebody and then it's a bad day, right? And then I go to jail and I hurt somebody else and their family.
We both know the risk factors to that are drastically different.
But do you get what I'm saying? Do you understand?
I hear
It's a
you.
crappy excuse.
I hear you.
Crappy excuse. So here's the deal. If you guys cooperate with me, lock that thing up, come get it later, okay? I'll cut you all a break. I'm gonna document your names. If I catch him on this again, anywhere in the city, okay? Unless it's your private property or private property somewhere in the city, that's the only exception.
Okay.
Okay, then I'm gonna take it and make you guys pay to impound to get it out.
Okay.
And then if I can prove you knew about it, you're gonna get charged. Fair enough?
Understood.
Is there any questions? Hopefully it's clear as mud. It just upsets me that sounds like you did know in a roundabout way. You're telling me that you do know that it's illegal. That's
There are
funny. I
different
have
classes. This is the smallest one we could get. We bought this like months ago. The tariffs, it was on hold, waiting to come from China.
that's all fine. I don't care about it.
I see
That's
kids
cool.
riding those big black ones up and down the street.
But they're no different. They're no different in some ways. They're different in the fact that they go faster maybe than his.
Okay.
But it's still a dirt bike, right? It's a dirt bike, yes or no?
It doesn't have pedals.
Right, which means it's a dirt bike. Any officer, any common person that's going to see that, are they going to say that's a bicycle?
Probably not.
Correct. So that's my concern, okay? Before we clear, I want to make sure, address any questions, concerns that you aren't understanding what we talked about, because I want to make sure we understand each other.
I wish the conversation could have started like this. Like I that's the only part that
I
I'm
get you.
confused by.
Sure.
I've been friends with the former chief of police here for 20 years.
Okay.
I've worked with half the law enforcement here in Issaquah. There's never been a reason to communicate like this over much more serious issues, in my opinion. But clearly, you demonstrated that it was a very hot issue for you.
It's a hot issue everywhere. I mean, there's kids that are getting hurt on these things. I'm not saying that he's riding reckless, but we take it very, very serious, if that makes sense. So, and like I said, I'm just making sure that I drive the message home on the importance that these things aren't allowed, and we need to make sure and keep them at home, regardless if it's a short distance. But regardless, anything from South Cove is not a short distance to some degree, because you got to go all the way down that straight road, past the state park, all the way past all these Costco corporations, Motel 6 to get to where you're going. So I guarantee you this is probably at least a mile out to your house. So that's not like it's a couple blocks. Does that make sense? So it's a little jaunt, but I get what you're saying. You're not going all the way into town. I hear you. But do you understand what I'm saying? That it's still a little ways away. It's still illegal, regardless of how short of a distance.
Yeah.
Yes, it's completely different than the bigger bike.
Context
It's different than a DUI, but laws are laws, right? And if it's, geez Louise, put some WD-40 on that. And, you know, if you know it's wrong, then you know it's wrong. And I want to make sure that you understand the severity of that. And I'm just trying to drive that point home.
So
If it came across a little bit brash,
it did.
then I apologize. But I'm just trying to make sure that you guys understand that it's a serious issue. It's a safety issue for our community. It's a big issue right now. And so I just want to make sure I drive the point home.
And you did, but
Okay.
I think one thing we agree on is we could have both handled this differently.
Sure, absolutely.
I just think they did, like, my experience with Issaquah police over the last couple of days has been phenomenal.
Good.
In hotly contested issues around cannabis and other, I've worked with the city council, everybody for years and years and years.
Awesome.
This is the least polite conversation that's been initiated, and I think, for an example of, I didn't want him to know he doesn't need to be afraid of you.
No,
but
and hopefully he's not afraid of it.
Like, it doesn't feel good. It doesn't seem necessary.
I got you.
And I think there's context for these conversations.
Sure.
So I appreciate you hearing me out.
I'm definitely
bring the car.
I'm definitely hearing you out, but I think, like I said, we can both be humble and admit that we could have both handled it better. It's just if you kind of knew better, but you think it was a short distance, I feel bad for you because that's not very good. But you were humble and you admitted that, sure, I could have handled it better. He just got it. We're not going that far. I get all the sides of that, but still, it's like if something's illegal, don't try to teach him the wrong way to do it.
Right, but
you get what I'm saying? That's all.
You jump right to a DUI. Like the examples are like I could also say if
I get it. It's
31
different.
miles an hour
I know.
also
I know.
against the law.
I could have used a lot of different options. Yes, it's different, but I'm just trying to give you context that if it's illegal, it's illegal, right? So let's all try to be better, if that makes sense. That's all I'm asking.
I'll give you that.
All right. Sorry for the brash conversation. Do you understand? Do you have any questions on your side?
No, I think I'm good.
Okay. These things are no doubtably cool, man. I mean, I get it. I was a kid. I'm probably glad I didn't have one of those as a kid. I probably would have hurt myself. But just got to ride them in appropriate areas. That's all I ask, okay? So if Dad's got a lock, you guys get home safe. You can sit in the shade. If Dad doesn't want to make you walk home, he can come get you with a truck or something. But
we're just going to hang tight and have my wife come down and get us.
Awesome. So there's an option. I don't want to necessarily, I know it's hot. I don't want to leave you guys stranded. But if there's an option, I prefer you doing that versus ride that all the way home. Any other questions you guys have? All right, guys. Be safe. Thank you.
The man stopped in this police encounter is Jake George, a local family man and small business owner from Issaquah, Washington. Jake was simply spending time with his son riding together through their neighborhood on e-bikes when Issaquah police officer Matt Fulbright noticed Jake's son riding an illegal electric dirt bike. According to Issaquah police, the city has seen a major increase in electric dirt bikes being used improperly, ridden across parks, fields, sidewalks, and public roadways. Police say some riders have damaged property, ignored traffic laws, or even fled from officers when attempts were made to stop them. Law enforcement has made it clear. This isn't just annoying, it's dangerous and illegal. Police have warned that electric dirt bikes used illegally can be impounded, and parents could even face criminal charges for allowing their children to ride them on public roadways. These bikes are often mistaken for e-bikes, but they are not the same thing. Electric dirt bikes have no pedals. They are controlled entirely by a throttle and can reach speeds of up to 55 miles per hour. Because of that, they are not street legal. The only place these bikes are allowed is in designated dirt bike areas. Officer Fulbright has spoken publicly about electric bikes during a podcast. Here's what he had to say.
A hot topic right now around Issaquah is electric bikes, specifically electric dirt bikes.
Yes.
Do you want to explain the difference?
Sure, yeah. So it's funny you mentioned that because I think everybody calls them e-bikes, but they don't understand that technically, yes, there are electric bicycles, right? And it's easier just to say, oh, it's an e-bike. It's an e-bike. But there are some huge differentiating issues between, a electric bicycle with pedals on it that you can move versus a electric dirt bike, right, that can get up to speeds of 50 miles per hour.
Ultimately, Jake and his son were cited for a civil infraction, essentially a ticket. No arrest was made, but that's not what has people talking. What sparked widespread reaction online was Officer Fulbright's demeanor during the stop. Comments have flooded social media with statements like, "This is why people hate cops," and "Why is the citizen the one de-escalating the situation?" And that raises a bigger question. This case isn't just about electric dirt bikes, it's about police de-escalation. Here's what Jake George had to say about the encounter afterwards.
Well, I'm the dad that's in that video, and I think it's time we have an update on what's going on with this little e-bike here. Chief of Police did call, and she apologized, which is great. She didn't exactly agree with all of the things we discussed, but she did apologize and acknowledge that the way her officer treated us was really crappy. So some areas where there's no question here is that it's not a crime. You can't take a person to jail. You can't impound the bike. It's just not a crime. It's a civil infraction. If this is deemed an off-road vehicle, well then, it's supposed to be off the road. But if it's on the road, it's still a civil infraction, which really means they can write you a ticket, and that really should have been the end of it. But I don't want to make this about Officer Fulbright, and I certainly don't want to make like maybe what might be one of the worst days in his professional career a representation of who he is as a person. I'm interested in asking the city and the mayor and the city council, the chief of police, to all get involved and clarify what the rules actually are. I want to know what the policy is. So we will start working with the city council and try to establish an ordinance that provides some clarity for parents. If it turns out we can't ride this on the street, okay. I can live with that. I'm not calling for people's jobs. I don't want to go flog Issaquah PD's feed right now. I don't think that's going to be helpful for us, but I do think it's perfectly reasonable that we ask for a sensible update and figure out what the hell's going on in this little town.
Now, the real question is, was Officer Fulbright enforcing the law appropriately given the circumstances? Or did the situation escalate unnecessarily? Drop your thoughts in the comments below.
Please like and subscribe for more videos.